Hello Rebels and welcome back to my life. Okay, quick reminder, if you want to help me earn this Amtrak residency and travel across the country on a train, being able to write and vlog about that experience, go to garrettbrobinson.com/retweet and retweet the link that you will find there. Today I want to talk to you about judging the past, or how we view what happened before today. Should we judge the past differently? I started thinking about this because before the Academy Awards, Meryl Streep presented Emma Thompson an award for her role in saving Mr. Banks. And in her presentation speech, Meryl Streep took the opportunity to slam Walt Disney for being a bit of a misogynist and a racist. Which, if you weren't already aware, he was, and I'm sorry to be the one who told you that. But I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it all the time. I feel like we judge the past through a different lens, and that lens becomes more and more different the further and further the past is. Now, I work in the film industry, and the film industry is guilty of this all the time. For example, in the film The Patriot, Mel Gibson's character didn't rape his slave women, but the real person that character was based on totally did. And in thinking about the past of our own country, we tend to like to forget that the founding fathers all had slaves, and a lot of them did that to their women, which is like really terrible. But in The Patriot, the filmmakers chose to leave that out, and we chose to ignore that they left that out. At least most of us did. But is that the right way to think about history, or the wrong way to think about history? I think one reason people subscribe to this viewpoint is that we don't want people in the future to look back at us and think about all the crap we're doing. We want them to see the best in us. If you've ever read Orson Scott Card's Ender's Game, and specifically the subsequent books in the series, there's like this religious organization that springs up called the Speakers for the Dead. And the speakers talk about people at their funerals, and they give you the straight dope. They don't sugarcoat anything. They say exactly what you did, what you were trying to do, the good and the bad. They just say exactly what you were like, and they try to find some deeper meaning in your life because of that. I think that'd be an interesting way to view history. We don't do it now. Sometimes I feel like we can look at recent history more objectively, and sometimes I feel like we can't. For example, most people don't like to talk about the fact that Gandhi had many people leave his employ and stop working for him because of the inappropriate way that he treated women. And people get offended when you bring up that Martin Luther King Jr. only ever had one exchange on the subject of homosexuality, and in that letter he called it a problem that could be cured. Now, we can look back and say it was a different time and forgive it, but if that happened today, that would be political suicide. So what's the right thing to do here? What's the right way to go about it, if there is one right way? Should we represent the past as it actually was without sugarcoating anything, or do we have a license to modify it to make a broader point in the story we're trying to tell? Is it right to take the novel Huckleberry Finn and replace every use of the N-word with the word slave? Because some people have done that. Are they whitewashing history and sweeping these transgressions under the rug, or are they removing a very hateful word that is probably a trigger for a lot of people? The truth is that there probably is no simple way to answer this question. So if you are a creator, and if you are telling a story with any kind of sensitive historical context, you've got to go in with both eyes open. If you change something, know why you're changing it, and be willing to defend that decision, because somebody, somewhere, will take issue with. Those are my deep thoughts for the day, Rebels. Quick update, I am going to be at the LA Times Festival of Books on April 12th and 13th. If you happen to be in the LA area and you want to meet up, come on by. Drop me a comment if you're going to be there. We'll figure out some way to do a hangout. If there is an opportunity to get beer, I will happily let you buy me a beer. And until tomorrow, I hope I've given you something to think about. Bye.